George Bernard Shaw says, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Yeah. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. Hey. It's like those games we played as lads, and individual whispers in your ear, and you pass the secret, and by the time the game concludes, everyone involved is utterly confused. I mistook your friendly glances as intimations you were giving me chances, and it was my lucky day. You gave me play and I knew what to say, and that's such a rarity that is scaring me. You sat near to me and started talking, and I envisioned us walking down the aisle, but that demonstrates stalking. I keep my mouth shut and just stare. You think it's weird, but I don't really care, cause I'm getting tired of playing these games. So girl, let me know if you feel the same. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. Yo, tell me if the scenario rings a bell. You're texting her, everything is swimmingly well, till your head caps locked by accident. Weird things start happening, and she's like, darling, why you screaming? What's the meaning? I can't even, it's seeming we in for a misdirection. Now it's out the hand like interceptions. Tone of voice can't be read in a text. I'd rather get on the phone instead and get it correct. It's a matter of convenience versus respect, cause if we got a problem, I'll address you direct. That I was mad cause I use a period. A period? Are you serious? I'm working overtime, and you tripping cause I used the wrong emoticon. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. We just got our wires crossed. It's just a normal case of miscommunication. I don't know how we got lost. You know, it's crazy. You can talk to somebody for years, every single day, and still it won't mean as much as when you have that person right in front of you, not even saying words sometimes, and feeling that person with your heart and making that connection that can last forever. See, true connections are made with the heart, not with the tongue or with the keypad. Keep that in mind, or this might happen to you. Again. We out.
Downtown, we're all the same. Live so loud till we go insane. Building a kingdom to call home. Pictures freeze time in a frame. Captures a glimpse of a moment of fame. Take 'em in your hand and let 'em
Hello, hello. Hopefully everyone can hear me pretty well now. My microphone has been apparently turned off just randomly, so now it should be well. I hope it's not too loud. I'm just gonna bump it up just that last 5%. Hopefully that's not overbearingly loud. All right, wow. It has been a couple weeks. What was the last stream? Like beginning of June? Question mark. Probably that. So yeah, today we're going to be playing Angels with Scaly Wings. It's looking pretty interesting. As I have read on the Steam store page, it's basically a portal opened up between a world where everyone's dragons and humans, and the human world has a portal to that place, and we're going there. So, without further ado, let's just get rid of that so beautiful title image. Brings so much nostalgia to see that again, even though it's only been about a month. Hopefully, we can stream more. More in the future. So, Angels with Scaly Wings has a pretty cool intro cinematic that we're just gonna go in and watch. The music's by Shinji Hoso. Let's see. Definitely a worse girl right there. Already writing her off. Something's off with this place. Oh! Oh no, he got voided. As I recall, our last game was, this was the police. That was interesting. This is gonna be more story than game this time. How we're used to it. That's kind of cool, these tarot cards. Black holes and quantum entanglement. I'm guessing that's the researcher of the portal. A team higher self, premonition, solar something. Anna, somatic barrier, passion, something something. Bryce, leadership, ego, and refracture syndrome. I'm very interested to see what all of these very conceptual kind of relations are. Just like, how do you associate someone with the quantum entanglement? Well, maybe if that's your job, but I don't think a dean's job is whatever. Anyway, so Angels with Scaly Wings. Here is our screen. Let's just check these options out real quick. So this is actually, as I understand, this is not an actual RenP, which is you know, a Python visual novel programming or game programming software, which is actually kind of nice. It's been a while since I've seen an actual visual novel that's not built on that engine that wasn't also RPG Maker. Quick shout out to Major Minor for being absolutely terrible. Probably the worst visual novel I've ever played, and that's saying something. But yeah, so they made an entirely new engine for this game, which is actually pretty cool. Very commendable, because you could have blazed it out with freaking RenP, like I said, but they didn't, which is great. RenP is used by Sakura Games along with Katawa Shoujo. It's not a bad engine. No, there's no such thing as a bad engine, but you know, with a lower barrier of entry, you get a lot of stuff that can be considered shovelware. Anyway, enough about me rambling. Let's just get started. And it has been a while since I have done a 3-hour stream of me talking. User profile not found. Please enter your name. Well, that's an easy one. We'll just use my first name because we're now on first name terms with me, aren't we? Thanks everyone in my real life for spelling my real name to the people on the internet. That's okay. As long as it's just my first name. Choose a color. Show more colors. Okay. I like green, so I'm gonna go with green. Oh, that's the color of your name. Okay, hold on. Character creation. Deepest lore. Yeah, purple. Purple and green are my two favorite colors, so we'll go with purple. I think it looks a little nicer. Doesn't it contrast as badly? User profile confirmed. Before we start, please review the following information. Left click or entered. Okay, standard controls. Okay. To advance text and select menu options. Okay, so if this is RenP, it actually might be RenP, but it's very, very modded, if it is. Anyway, F toggles full screen. It might be Renpy, actually. Oh, man. No, maybe. So, middle click, hide the window. Okay, cool. Easy enough. Pretty standard basic controls. Years 20XX. I don't know why, but X's and years like that kind of annoy me. But whatever. Just cause I feel like it's lazy, or, you know, not even lazy, it's just like, just pick a year, guys. It's not that difficult. Anyway. Only recently has humanity discovered a portal that leads into a different world populated with a race of intelligent, talking dragons. As one of the few to travel to this world, ellipses. Ellipses, but maybe I should start at the beginning, ellipses. It all began when we discovered a strange device in the middle of nowhere during one of our expeditions. Ellipses. A portal. Okay. Why is it like an old-timey... Okay. I had heard about similar technology before, though that had been more on an experimental level. From what I knew, other portals had been created in the past and were under consideration for mass application. Rhyming. As for this one in particular, though, we did not know who had built it, nor when, or why we had found it in the wilderness when we did. What was more exciting to us was the fact that it was, ellipses, functional. After our first test, we found there was someone else on the other side who was in possession of a similar portal, and our attempts at communication through letters were successful. But in the end, the machine's extraordinary demand for power meant we needed to act quickly, as we wouldn't be able to keep the portal open much longer. When we made this known to the other side, we received a very unexpected reply. A letter of invitation. After some deliberation, us of shuns, it was decided to accept their hospitality and send a person to the other side. There was an individual who took the job almost immediately. Me. Don't say me. Look, it's me. Oh, Reza Izquierdo. Izquierdo, in Spanish means left. So, Reza. I think Reza means something, but I can't remember what. I knew him, or rather, had known him. We attended the same school back then, and even had a few classes together. Interesting that the protagonist is not narrating this. This is a little less standard of an intro, which I'm glad for. We never really were very close friends. But we talked to each other occasionally and hung around with the same crowd sometimes. However, we still went our separate ways in the end. I wasn't sure what to think about the whole thing, but he had to have known what he was doing. He certainly was brave. Either that or just very, very foolish. While I wasn't sure which, his courage was applauded by others. After all, he couldn't have possibly known who or what would await him on the other side of the portal, on the other end of the portal, and if he did meet someone there, who knew what kinds of intentions they might have. Not that any speculation on our part would have made a difference. When the day finally came, through he went, with applause echoing across the area, equipped only with the clothes he wore, his multi-tool, a gun, and a device on the wrist that acted as a PDA. Wow, you mean a smartwatch? Is there a smartwatch here? Hope everyone can hear the audio okay. It's very low, so hopefully you can hear it. And we waited, ellipses. The crowd that was applauding him slowly dispersed when the enthusiasm died down, as there was nothing for us to do but wait and speculate. Approximately 8 hours later, we received our first message from him. Well, we had assumed the portal had led to another in a different country, maybe on a different continent. The reality turned out to be much more, ellipses, foreign. The situation he described to us was so outlandish that we initially took it as a joke. A very bad joke, maybe, but even worse timing and no punchline at all. Soon became clear to us, though, that we may have just made one of the most important discoveries since the dawn of mankind. Finding the portal had been remarkable in itself, but this took it to a completely different level. From what he described of the place, or more accurately, its inhabitants, we surmised that it could not be part of Earth at all. We called them dragons, because according to Reza, that's what they were, or at least what they resembled the most. And even though we found it hard to believe, it had been these dragons who sent us all the letters. What Reza found on the other side of the portal was a whole civilization of them. They could talk, write books, had buildings and electricity. In many ways, their society was actually very similar to our own. Wow, is this Monster Musume or something? Bad joke. So, who were they? And where was this place? Could they be aliens? Our speculations led us to conclude otherwise. After all, we knew about the existence of thousands of planets millions of light years away that may have been theoretically habitable. Yet, even then, we had never found conclusive proof in regards to actual alien life forms. Some people brought up quantum mechanics and parallel universes, but in the end, all of this was just conjecture and an ultimately fruitless endeavor. Since we had neither had the means nor the resources to explore these possibilities in great detail. Oh man, this is such a fucking handwave. I think there's just one more thing worth mentioning before I move on. Their previous isolation had been mutual. They hadn't known about any other intelligent life form beyond their own. Their portal had only recently been discovered and was a technology previously unknown to them, and just as we had myths about dragons, they had myths about us. That was what we knew about them so far, and as interesting as learning those things and debating their cultural significance was, we didn't really know what we should make of it all. Reza apparently was sure of what he was doing, though, as he eventually let us know that they had agreed on a trade. We were to give them a few of our PDA devices, which contained vast amounts of knowledge, dwarfing even that of encyclopedias. Smartwatches. In return, they would supply us with generators. Overall, they didn't seem as technologically advanced as we had been, but they did surpass us in that one aspect. Their means of generating energy seemed sustainable. Not only that, but evidently also quite efficient. He certainly would be able to put technology like that to good use, and trading mere past knowledge of the human race for something more tangible was a good call on his part. Yeah, great job, Riza. That was where I came in. My prior experience in both biology and sociology made me a good fit to deliver our PDA devices for the trade. PDA devices, I don't know, it sounds redundant, I know it's not, but... Hi Kelly, how are you doing? And while in the Dragon's world, waiting for the prototypes of our generators seemed to be manufactured by them. I would act as an ambassador on humanity's behalf. What a way to make a first impression by a display of mutual goodwill. Everyone benefits and everyone goes home happy. All is well. At least, that was the plan. Oh shit. Ah man, you obviously don't know that a good compromise leaves everybody mad. Despite the images that living, talking dragons might conjure up in some people's minds, I didn't even think about bringing a weapon myself, considering that they were reportedly friendly and peaceful enough. There was no need for me to feel potential ill intentions like Reza did when he had stepped into unknown territory, and acting as humanity's ambassador, I had to do my best to uphold a high standard in fostering this diplomatic relationship. When the time came for me to step through the portal, all my mental preparedness vanished. My anxiousness was fueled by all the questions lurking in my head, just as the machine started to do its work. Would it hurt? Who would I meet on the other side? What if they really weren't so friendly and just made Reza write those letters with the pretense of appearing friendly, only to lure us into the den of man-eating monsters and certain doom, with us ending up as nothing more than a tasty afternoon snack? Maybe I should have brought a weapon after all. Suddenly, I felt a shiver coursing through my whole body and beyond when I disintegrated as if every cell, every atom of my body was torn from me and pulled into a different direction. I just want to note that the backgrounds are really pretty, and they didn't just pull images from like Google Images for this stuff. They've literally made them themselves. That's really quite significant. So I'm expecting good things from the art in this game. I saw darkness and light, painting patterns in the stars as I traveled, and images rapidly flashed before me of things unseen and unspoken. We're getting something to see up in here. Both horrifying and beautiful, it was an experience unlike any other, yet over in just a split second. And it was dark. I could only see a patch of lighter color contrasting with its dark surroundings as my vision started to clear. Its edges got sharper as the patch of light slowly took shape, giving me the distinguished outline of a reptilian head and an array of horns sprouting from it. Oh boy, it's a big white dragon. Okay, so this isn't... Alright, no. It was a dragon! And as I could now see, a dragon who not only had a pair of round glasses, but also wore a burgundy tie around its neck. Okay, so it's not an animated. This is a background image. Okay, so... Oh, nice. Interesting. Slight art shift here. Remy. Oh, his name is Remy, by the way. In the name of our people, I bid you welcome. If I may introduce myself. I am Remy, your guide and ambassador, a representative of our council. The dragon spoke! It was one thing to have heard and read about this, but something else entirely to have one standing in front of me in flesh and blood, ellipses, and tongue. It was good that all my mental preparedness had disappeared when I was teleported, because nothing could have prepared me for this. Sorry, I imagine you might still feel the effects of the teleportation. Drowsiness or weakness is not unusual, as is fainting and spontaneous emptying of your bowels, bladder, or stomach. How do you feel? Rendered speechless. Ugh. Good luck, Kelly. Have fun at work. Rendered speechless, I had totally forgotten that I was shouldering the burden of representing my people to them as well. So much for being professional, but at least he gave me a good excuse for my blunder. I think I'm alright. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we should go before it gets too dark. Come with me, please. It's still cracking. Voice is gonna crack until I'm old and dying. God. So I followed the dragon, not straying too far from him, as the sun had already departed for the day, and the remaining light diminished by the minute. It is getting hard to see where I'm going. Sorry about that, but we had a good reason to schedule your arrival like this. We did not want you to be ambushed by a crowd, so we had to keep your exact time and date of arrival secret. Thanks. I suppose an event like this would make me a celebrity of sorts. It would be the same if one of you came to us. That's quite an understatement. Some people here are rather superstitious. They might regard you, or any of your kind, as divine, I suppose. Really? How so? We do have certain myths that involve humans, and as such... Oh, I suppose the history lesson will have to wait for another time. Here we are. By this point, it had gotten so dark that I could barely make out the building before us. I briefly wondered whether we might have streetlights elsewhere, or if they just did not require any due to possible enhanced eyesight or night vision. I could vaguely see the dragon, his light color still visible within the blackness that engulfed the area, rear up and manipulate the door handle with one of his forepaws. Is it a paw? Isn't it more of a claw? Foreclaw? Or... He have thumbs, too. I mean, no, claws have opposable... They have opposable claws. Many species do. IRL. Hinges creaking, the door opened, and with the flick of a switch, the apartment was flooded by with light, blinding me after all the time we had just spent without it. This is where you will live for the time being. It is fully stocked, but in case you need anything else, I left you a note with a few phone numbers. It is getting rather late, so I'll have to take my leave now. In any case, someone will come and meet you tomorrow morning. Thank you, Remy. Have a good night. Until we meet again. With a nod, Remy left the apartment, mindful enough to close the door behind himself. Ah, polite. Surveying the room, I considered the events that had just transpired as my gaze met the window. Yeah, that was a nice dragon. There's not going to be a lot of nice dragons, are there? There's going to be one who's like super mega ultra dick, or a super religious one who's like, you humans are going to destroy us all. We saw what you did to Earth. Well, we're still doing to Earth. But enough about that. I could see a movement outside, and as I drew nearer, startled, I could hear footsteps in the grass moving away quickly. Assuming it must have been the dragon I just met, I thought nothing of it as I went to bed and slowly succumbed to the sweet allure of sleep overdue. A lot of syllables in that last bit. Love that sentence. I spent a few moments thinking about my role, my mission, and what it meant to be here now. I felt the responsibility placed on my shoulders. I was eager for the adventure to come. Yeah, I'm eager. So many possibilities and prospects raced through my mind. Truth be told, the thought of being able to meet an entirely new species and civilization excited me. As I was going to be one of the first to truly experience a society with its own little quirks, differences, and similarities, I couldn't help but feel like some sort of modern Vasco da Gama or Marco Polo. Maybe I would even write a book about the whole experience after it's over. I was sure it would be a hit, all things considered. At any rate, this was going to be fun. Yeah, guys, fun. I really hope that I don't end up crying in a broken heap. Oh no. Inception. Kind of interesting, these tarot cards. This is definitely not the standard set with which I am familiar. I'm not very familiar with them, but I do know that, you know, that sort of thing. It's kind of cool. Very, very interesting art. I just, something about this game is just like, I don't know, it just makes it feel so different. Maybe it's just the dragons, because I do like dragons, I'm going to be honest. Dragons are my favorite mythical creature. But, I mean, come on, dragons are fucking badass. Who doesn't like dragons, right? Seriously, okay, like 10-second spiel right here. Has anyone ever noticed how almost every culture around the globe has had myths about dragons? Not specifically dragons, but, you know, creatures with wings, with 4 legs. The Chinese, the Europeans, the Maya, the Aztecs, they all have myths about dragons. Isn't that cool? I think dragons are freaking awesome. Anyway. Oh, the Norse. I mean, that too. they also had myths about dragons, right? Whatever his name was. I can't even remember the name. Nidhogg, that's the one. That was the big one. I'm sure there's others. I know there's others, but anyway. Let us continue past my nerddom. I awoke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. Oh, what the heck did I do last night? Dragons? What? After a good stretch, I look around the room illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me, in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there are also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. I wonder what kind of money they use. Dragon bucks? Drawlers? Gold coins? Hoards? Gems? He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. Oh no. Oh no. Don't fanfic, please. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. Wow. One might say you'd be in the world of dragons. This is gonna be a Dean, isn't it? Oh no. You look like a raptor. He looks like a raptor more than a dragon, but alright. Oh, and he's short too. Sebastian. Hello, you must be Robert. I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort, security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy. And when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed he apparently not only walked on his hind legs, the two forelimbs instead having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Yeah. Kiss his hand? Oh boy. Oh boy, fanfics. I'm gonna go shake his hand. When I took his hand into mine to shake it gently, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you, Sebastian. So, where are you taking me? Safe here. Okay. Straight to business, eh? We're going to visit the plant. They are making your generators. They have some news for you, or so I've heard. Just quick. So the quick saved. Okay, so there's achievements for this game. Status? Oh! Okay, that's a cool that's a cool addition. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make a save slot just real quick. Reza will be there too. Sounds great. Just follow me. While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposefully avoiding the busier parts of town, instead straying towards the edges and small alleys as to not garner too much attention. Even then, we got the occasional stare. After just a couple minutes, we arrived at our destination where we were met by Reza, Modal, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stray too close to him. Hey, Logic Cosmic, welcome to the stream. I see my Twitch chat has alerted me to you joining. Yeah, that's a classic dragon there. Hey, Reza, long time no see. How true is that? Good to see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you of all people show up. Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useless after all. By the way, who's your friend? Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much. Because I friended you on Twitch, that's how I know you're in my chat. Alright, I bet he'd win in a fight with mine though. He looks grumpy. That's what he always looks like. And yes, that does mean he's always grumpy. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger, tenebrous dragon a few paces from us, Sebastian turned towards me and spoke up again. Hey, Robert. Hey, Robert. This is Maverick. Nice to meet you. Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you any special treatment like everyone else's, and we'll be good. What are you talking about? You're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next Messiah or something? No, I just thought... That ain't a dragon! That's a lizard! That's a big lizard! 3 out of 10, not enough dragon. No, there's dragons. I assume that they have different races, and that you're being very racist right now by assuming that only true dragons can have wings. You are all... I'm done. We're not the ones making a big deal out of this. You are. We're just here to get what we agreed on, and then we'll be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer if you left us alone. But you're the one who insists on following me around wherever I go. Oh, dude, do not piss off a creature that... Okay. Not Chinese dragons. First of all, Chinese dragons. Second of all, wyverns. It's not just a big lizard. This one is not. This one has wings. The other one, I agree, does look slightly more like a velociraptor, but that doesn't mean that it can't be a freaking dragon. They're just different races. Also, fight me. Anyway, yeah, humans have no freaking natural defenses unless you call our nails and our teeth ones. They've got all of that, plus horns, plus maybe breath weapons, plus they have skills, so... Yeah. Oh, boo-hoo. Stop complaining about that. Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we? After you. Dude, and just because it's classical dragons doesn't mean there can't be new kinds of dragons. Come on, dude. This is a world, there's infinite possibilities. We just made a portal. Well, we found a portal that transported us here. Who's to say that a dragon doesn't have, like, 4 limbs and no wings? The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long narrow hallways as Sebastian led us to our destination. Ooh, I recognize this dragon. I think she's a lady. There you are. I was waiting for you. Wow. Very classic anime shot there. Wait a minute, I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here? Is she blushing? I think she's blushing. I'm pretty sure it's a she too. I don't know why. They're only coming in later today, so you'll just have to make do with me. I see. Well, yeah, I knew it! This is Anna. You're so upset, Logic. It is not a dinosaur, it's a dragon, alright? On your tits. It has the webbed ears. Fins. Fuck. Well, Robert, this is Anna. She kind of manages this building, though actually she's more involved with the research wing rather than production and engineering. Nice to meet you. My pleasure. I have something for you, by the way. It'll take them a while to make all the generators we promised, but we've got one for you here. Feel free to send it. Oh, send it home and give it a test. That's great. I'll take it. Looks a little small, if you ask me. Don't underestimate its power. Oh, and do be careful not to drop it. Sure, I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, Robert. Subtitle, there's only one. What? No, actually, you missed Remy. There's been 2 dragons so far. If you're being a fucking racist and including only ones with wings into your description of dragons. Anyway, I suppose I'll wait outside for you as well. Bye-bye. What thing? Oh, have you brought the PDA? Of course. Here you go. Alright, now to give this thing a test run. PDA lit up as her hand swiftly moved around its interface in calculated motions. By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It would only take a drop of your blood. What? Why? I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'd share the results with you, of course. Sure, why not? Right. It was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which from a glance reminded me a lot of a test tube. Now, if you would give me your hand, Now, if you would give me your hand, please. As I can't do accents, no good. Can't do accents real well now. As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers before she pressed the device into the back of my hand. I winced as pain jolted through my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterwards, a droplet of blood was sucked through the tube attached to the small needle. Thanks. You're, welcome? You gave Anna your blood. Blood donation. Achievement unlocked. Well, I think that's a good place to save. Probably a better place to save before, but whatever. Looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here. And since we're both in biology, it could be interesting if you want to meet me some other time as well. Here's my number. Dude, what? I just scored this... Okay, I just scored this dragon's number, and I like... hardly flirted. I don't know maybe in their culture, like giving blood is like flirting. But I'm pretty sure that there was no. I'm more successful in video. Why do I even have a real life if I'm way more successful at getting dates in video games than I am in real life? Honestly. Plus a dragon, like maybe not her, but I'm sure other ones here can fly. That'd be fucking sick. All right. See you soon. She's fucking blushing. Well, that was interesting. Did she ask for your? Did she ask for your blood too? Yeah. Did you give it to her? Yeah. Oh, well, it's your choice. We've got no idea what they might do with it, though. I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast? I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this. That shouldn't be a problem. Just a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Mavers? I wouldn't mind to grab a bite myself. That settles it, then. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived. Dude, if I could donate a single drop of blood to a dragon in real life, I'd do it 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Kidding me? A QT 3.14 dragon wafu? Every time. Every time, actually. Man, screw real life. There's no... Again, even with dragons, 2D is better than 3D. Okay. Riza was quick to lead me to a table for 2, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other end of the other side of the restaurant. Where are the... Oh, I guess they all have to have chairs with holes in the back, or like spaces in the back for their tails, if they have them. Ugh, finally. Ugh, finally. I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time. They say it's for our own security. Maybe he just likes you a lot. It does seem rather strange that they need someone following us everywhere. Maybe just like North Korea. Maybe he just likes you a lot. Speechless. We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress at the cafe. She was an interesting dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern. Oh, get burned, logic. Possessing 2 rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Wow, that's kind of rude. It's a Dean. Sorry. I think Adine's my waifu, like, extraordinaire. But, oh, she doesn't have, like, any hands? That's gonna make things a little awkward. Can't hold hands with... I mean, I guess you can hold wings. Anyway. Oh, don't fucking start a flame war in my chat. Oh, it's the humans! Dude, this is old dickish. Wait, where? Oopsies. That's a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? Today's special. Give me the old early bird special. Early dragon special. The early dragon catches the human. Or the sheep. What do you guys eat anyway? Yeah, me too. Just make it quick. Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up. As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it, really? He says a Chad. He is a Chad. Dude, Razorster! Razor, you're the Chadster, bruh. Don't worry, babe. The Razor's gonna give you some nice lovin'. Razor is definitely a Chad. If this is supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth or even a different dimension, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so too? I'm doing this one. Let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick. I've been here much longer than you have been. Maybe you'll see soon enough. I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now. It doesn't seem so bad to me. Doesn't seem to be so bad to me. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion, while I wondered whether it had been just a coincidence, or if he really was able to hear us from the distance. I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble. What kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can. But for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. Had a generator's box for emphasis. God knows we need them. Oh, there she comes. The female returned. Oh, the female. The female. Astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. I mean, I imagine, you know, enough practice. Why is she wearing aviator goggles? Or, I mean, not aviators, but like aviator goggles. Anyway, she placed her forelimb. I guess she's a wyvern, so she's gotta have them for her eyes. Anyway, she placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us with a gentle push of her snout. Interesting method. There you go. Watch out. It's hot. Jesus Christ! Thanks. You're welcome. Apparently today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam right coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me. I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do. Reza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. But you haven't even touched your ellipses. Ish. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, and there was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Reza's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Eventually, I took a bite at my somewhat unusual breakfast. You know, with so many possibilities of skin color and, like, genes in terms of how many wings and arms you have, would they be more or less tolerant and accepting? I wonder. While I already thought that the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagine it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste, one that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late. Are you done? Sure am. How'd you like it? I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. We better wait outside just in case it decides to come up again. You tried the odd-looking fish! Bravery. Achievement unlocked. Sure thing. Apparently, fish is not that good. Interesting. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, and I already found the similarities between their world and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life. As far as discovery is concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism, or even bacteria, would have been remarkable. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me. Sorry to say that 3 times fast. Just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be. Oh, no picture? Ah, yes, picture! Ooh! Kind of a cute dragon. Very fishy. Very fish-like. Argonian-esque. I like the art in this game. It's kind of cute. Definitely not going to be at the end, though. If the intro movie was foreshadowing enough. I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab. Oh, nice, Sebastian, thanks. I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind. How nice of you. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Reza as a generator, you're free for today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be giving a tour, but considering Reza's word, I wanted to be careful not stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know? I'll just accompany you back then. It's like North Korea, I guess. There we are. Home sweet home. For now, at least. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. See you tomorrow. See ya. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to just keep a low profile for now. I found a kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien I wasn't sure. Damn, dude, you do suck then. But I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles... wow, some very purplyish prose there. Not in a bad thing, I mean, but like very, somewhat use a thesaurus here. Might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. Well, I found the subject matter of man, myth or reality to be quite intriguing. I had to give up just a few pages due to this exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization. Is it really only the things you read about? Just humans? Okay. After which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I have to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, but I wonder whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I had come from. Reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Nice doorbell sounds. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, this one looks kind of chubby. Hello. Whoa, you're getting too low there. Hello there, would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I? I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. There you go. I'm Lorem, by the way. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet. I can't believe I memorized that, it's kind of sad. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute, I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to superiors for inappropriate behavior towards your clients. But it's important. Please, let me just talk to Robert for a few minutes. You know how hard it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities. Help me out here, Robert. As ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they will come up with. Let me show you something. Old Dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. I don't want to see your package, bro. Let's go ahead and save. I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Lorem, a reporter? No, I'm just... Do you want me to remove him, Robert? Is what he's saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see. That sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise. Thank you so much. Quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. I'm not gonna do that. Tilty. There, are you happy? Alright. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was also still holding Reza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of the pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was fake as to conceal his true intent. It mentioned I don't know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode this letter's secret message. I don't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing. Or he thought that I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these past few years? Hold on. Am I gonna go to these? How have you been these past few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? Let's try the first letter of every sentence. So far nonsense, but... Okay, that pen doesn't work. How about this one? Oh. Do I not have a pencil in here? Not this one. Fucking pens, bro. Okay, so... and that... Oh, just broke on me. Alright, last try. Oh. Okay. So let's see here. U, H, W, H. Nope, nothing. I feel like there is much we should talk about since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we still have a chance to do so in this fall. Quite an exciting adventure we are on now, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I will be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Razor. Okay, so we've got H, I, U, H, W, H, I, Q, H, M, H, A, I, B, R. An anagram, maybe? Various things come to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system with its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. I think I know its meaning. Look elsewhere for hints. Read between the lines? Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between them? I didn't have an implement on me which would have been able to read fine print, though with this handwritten letter I doubted Riza would have done anything of the sort. The secret message that Reza wanted me to... Okay. Puzzle game, wow. Oh god. Show more options. Have a pizza party. Steal a certain Pokemon. Find out where Maverick lives. Break into the manufacturer. Okay. Shoot. What do you think, guys? Any suggestions here? So, plant Sebastian's birder. Do nothing while he figures out what to do. Find out more about the government. Flee through the portal as soon as possible. Have a pizza party. Steal a certain book from the library. Find out where Maverick lives. Break into the manufacturing plant. Or I am unable to decode the message. So... Or maybe refer to the fact that they were both given an apartment. Between the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were so many everyday objects here, though. Of course, I still have no idea what in particular I was looking for. It could be a code book. The bookshelf was stocked with quite a variety of books on different topics. Maybe Wrestling left me another message here at some point. He could have known that I was going to live here, so it's possible he helped with the preparations, hid something for me to find. Please. Well, even after removing every single book from the shelf, there's no indicator of anything that would help me decode his secret message. But even if phrase it in like that, hints could be anywhere in the apartment, and not just on this bookshelf. The shelf is full of them, but it's supposed to hit. Born to serve. Iconic desire? Oh boy. Like a wrecking ball again. Okay. This is the first chapter, damn. Price and Prayer. Oh, is this Pride and Prejudice? Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to see. It's interesting. There's a lot of this stuff. I don't think any of this. Oh, this has got to be it. Evaluate closer to the usage choice and excrement spear. Simple language to remove the known barriers between individuals and the knowledge of proper use of those wonderful flags. Quick start guide. Step 1. Place your. Okay. Spirit. Oh. Spirit level. Absolutely. This is just. Oh, okay. This is just the instruction guide. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Okay. Okay, how about the bathroom? Inside the cabinet view? Erasers, there are some payments though. Take some. I'm sure this is a good idea, but here we go. No, don't. I hope you didn't, like, eat them. Ah, no shampoo to be found anywhere, of course, and no hint either, just some body wash. Get drugged up. Plenty of stuff in here. The label container with some sort of white liquid inside. There was nothing. It's salty. You drank a mystery liquid! Crack open an egg and look inside. Nope, just a regular egg. The milk. Pasteurized, at least they got that down. A slab of meat, nothing special about it. Nope. Fruits and veggies here. Date. There are two of them. What a nice pair. This is just puns. So Daddy Grape finds his kid's crying and asks, "What's wrong, kid?" But through all the tears, the kid couldn't get a single word out. Eventually Daddy had enough, so he said, "Stop it. No, I won't say it. It wasn't a good job anyway." Lemons, lemons, lemons! Of course! Why didn't I realize it sooner? What? Lemon juice is about the simple. Oh! Oh, we're doing. Oh, this is some secret spy shit going on right here. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, that's right. Lemon juice is the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry, and it was boring detail, of course. A message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried, but after heating it gently, oxidation occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying we'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m. was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go and meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about the continued adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end, with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had some difficulties finding my way, but I could still see the portal in the distance. So I was walking. I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep? I hope this isn't like Major Minor where it goes into some fucking really disgustingly deep story. And it's just like a lot of crazy shit happening and it switches perspectives a lot and it's annoying as hell. But I don't think so. This seems pretty high quality, so I have high hopes for it. Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal. Plus, there doesn't seem to be as many sparkle wolves. His fidgeting making it obvious that he had waited just for me. I was already wondering what you get it at all. Well, you didn't make it easy. What a wonderful night it is. Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here without the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Almost as if we were looking right into the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time? Why, Aurora Borealis, this part of the country, at this time of day, in this particular biome. For one, because we're sending a generator home. Right, before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of this portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep in contact with us, and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal will be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. You can just say 15 minutes, but alright. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us, since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with PDAs and generators, we were basically stuck here. As for the other, do you know what this place is? He said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon, and we better not be here when it happens. What are you talking about? I'd hoped you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand, and I had a head start on you. In any case, while he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagined it might have just been wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery. Except for the fact that there was no wind. Reza, this might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night. Reza, look. Turned around to face whatever I was seeing. He squinted hard before I called out. You! How dare you follow me even here? The disturbance came closer until it became clear it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen in on our conversation. I knew you were up to no good. What were you even talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack? Wait a minute, there's no reason for... Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe, and I saw a letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You have to come with me to the police station now, both of you. Come on, I think you're overreacting. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Are you shitting me? Okay, well, Reza 1 is an idiot, 2 an asshole, 3 a Chad, 4 an idiot again, 5 paranoid. That's what I was looking for. Reza, what are you doing? Come on, Robert, let's get out of here. Dragon side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his hide, a trickle of blood staining his dark scales and earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to try run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat, and I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before I lay down on the ground, panting. Still watching you, you know, and you better not move, for your own good. I have to get up again and come after you in this condition. I can promise you I won't be nice. It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was 2 dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other one I didn't know. And Sebastian and Maverick exchanged a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. Oh shit, this is the chief. Ooh, this is a big one. This is a big one, boys. Hey, kid. You alright? I think I'm alright. I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened? Reza shot Maverick and ran off. Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation. Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness, at any rate. Well, that's just brilliant. What do you think, Chief? Robert, can you walk? I think so. Alright, Sebastian, take Robert to the apartment, get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza. Right on. Come on, Robert, I'll help you up. Still shaken up at the events I had just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. Seriously, dude? Or adrenaline would be fucking... at least for me, adrenaline would be keeping you awake for hours. The next day, I woke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. Seriously, dude? Okay, it didn't take very long, though, before the doorbell rang. Did Bryce, the chief of police, take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Right, so, how are you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk, shall we? Sure. This time, I was taking along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure that there was more to this than just taking a walk. Wow, your perception is stunning. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza. I would have hoped he had come back in his own by now. Do you have any idea where it might be? Maybe you mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him? No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that, too. I have no idea why Reza would have done something like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this... How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick is doing fine, but there's plenty of blame to go around. You're right. They didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me that something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way, that you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point. I'll believe you. But from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. Maybe they both acted in the heat of the moment. Maybe. We still got quite a lot on our hands now. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Reza will still show up soon and we can get all of this behind us. I hope so too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panicking more about this already, right? Merely nodded in agreement. Eventually, we arrived at the police station, where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much of anything that preceded yesterday's events or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by his table, waiting and listening to the goings-on of the small provincial town police department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensued that I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me. Right, I have more bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect. Murder? We're headed out to the crime scene and hoped you'd come with us. Me? A crime scene? I don't really know much about forensics. It's just that you're the only link to Reza we have. Consider what he said would happen to us. It's all in our interest that we might find him as soon as possible. And if he has anything to do with it, you may be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday. Will you help us? I'll help you, hell yeah. I suppose I don't really have much choice here, but you are right. We've got to find Reza, and if that's what it takes, then I'll do it. Very good. Let us go then. What a dick. Ruined everything. On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals. Asking myself how similar this would be, I wondered if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon but a human corpse I would be seeing. We arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. This morning, the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Bloodlust from multiple wounds were the likely cause of death. Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached, while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers. I know it won't be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this, but you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you, and you should be fine. Right? Are you ready? Guess so. Oh, this is the one. But those are definitely claw marks. No way in hell. Also, what's up with the blood on the... Unless he bled from the mouth. What do you think? Oh, he's definitely dead. Yeah. Rip. Really? Let's just say this will be your test and tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot. In that case, I will go ahead and take a save slot. Investigation. Start. 2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waitress in the cafe, about as big as a human, lengthwise if not slightly taller. The expense would certainly look impressive at that size. The wounds are kind of hard to miss. Sure, but what are they telling you? They're clean cuts, like from a knife or another sharp instrument, yeah. It's true, but why does this matter? You don't think the murder weapon matters? Why would he use a knife instead of a gun? That's his gun? He did not want to make any noise. He won't want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would certainly easily get him in his position and lure it up here. Right? That could be a good reason. By the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one? The one on his neck. I think it was the one on his neck. That's right. If the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound. Characterized by a rather small footprint, you can also tell it's the deepest one. From the location, it's pretty obvious that it must have done tremendous damage. What else do you see? There's a lot of blood. Blood splatters suggest that he had AIDS. He was a hemophiliac. He died here, else there would have been a trail we could follow. The splatters also suggest this is where they fought. It's true. Unfortunately, it doesn't help with determining who the perpetrator is. Objection. Excuse me? Certainly, I've always wanted to say that. Go on, please. What about the blood in his muscle? You tell me. It might be the perpetrator's blood. Yes, that is true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think that's about everything. Is that it? Oh. I wonder if I made any good moves or not. For someone who says they haven't done this kind of thing before, that wasn't actually too bad. I know some recruits who did a lot worse during their first time, for sure. Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything? Sebastian approached the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the witch from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which, given the situation, wasn't very surprising. I don't think so. Take her to the department, get her statement written up, and that should be it. Sure thing. Alright, miss, we're gonna have to take you to the department. Of course. It just bothered me, however, her composure brightened visibly. Oh, it's the human! I have a name, you know. Actually, I don't. You never told me it. It's Robert. What are you even doing here? Do you work for our police now? These are so smarmy. Oh my god. Guess so. Looks like it. No, it's just a hobby. Doesn't sound very convincing. Not quite convinced either. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. I do a little bit of everything. I do a little bit of everything, really. That's nice. I liked my, fish yesterday. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. Oh my god, I love her. 10 out of 10, QT 3.14. She's the best, alright? Best. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you could always try something different. Here's our number if you don't want to come in, and we'll deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. Sorry, I guess we should get going. Bye. What do we do now? I suppose we'll head off too, unless... Oh no. What is it? We've got violent homicide, and of course nobody from the department tells me. I have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, huh? Of course nobody told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, I might add. I'm not here in any official capacity, see? I am merely enjoying a curative walk in the fresh air and happened to come across you by accident. What do you want? I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this, but the prime suspect's buddy can mess with the investigation. I see how it is. I know what you are thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here. I don't need to jump to conclusions. I think the dead body we found says it all. You really have an attitude problem. You know, if you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Robert yesterday. Do you have any idea what kind of repercussions this could have on us all? Me? Attack Robert? As far as I can see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job. Right now, let's all just sit idly by while the suspect's on the noose and planning his next move. You know, whatever it was Reza was talking about, he was going to tell me just before he showed up yesterday. I don't need to hear you, of all people, belittling me about this. What's your problem? If anything, I want to find them just as much as you do. Don't compare yourself to me. Your words mean nothing. Enough. You shouldn't even be here, so you better go now and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary action. Fine, but when we find them, you'll see I was right. If I have to prove it myself, so be it. Can he even just do his own investigation just like that? Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things in his own free time. I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of promoting an unbiased investigation, though. He has already made up his mind. It's clear to me he won't be looking for facts just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that, always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for Reza soon enough. To be fair, it might be too if I was shot. Yeah, and that's exactly why he wouldn't be on the case even if he wasn't on sick leave. Don't worry, Reza will turn up eventually. I surely hope so. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right, but could Reza know? Could the Reza I knew really be a murderer? You know what, if you think of something that might help with the investigation, or you need anything else, just call me. I will. A lot of phone numbers. Well, I think we're done here. Let's go. Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess there wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Maybe I should have been glad about this, so now I had an afternoon to fill. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I hecking do? Gee, I wonder. Okay. I think we all know where this is going, but let's just go ahead. So, Bryce, probably going to be busy. Laura, important to her mission, but kind of annoying. Anna, literally just met her. She's probably at work. Literally just met her getting a device. Purely business interactions. Remy, seems like a nice guy. Met him for about 10 minutes. It was nice that he had the time to come out and, you know, escort me, but meh. But order some lunch, aka Adine. Oh, I think we know where this is going. Order some lunch. I remembered that Adine had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. Well, that was quick. Just so happened that Adine herself stood in the doorway, dripping wet and with damp containers in her grip. Oh. Oh, it's you again. Master of seduction. I thought we were over this, but at least you don't reduce me to my species anymore. Hey. Hey. Here's your order. Sorry, it got a little wet, but it should still be okay. You're soaked. Why didn't you come in? Smooth as fuck. God damn. Some might say, I'm smooth as sandpaper. Just rub your hand over the surface and tear your skin off. Alright. Thanks. I was just about to ask you if I could stay for a little while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. Oh. Is that what's going to happen? Oh, I'm awful. This is awful. This isn't even like a... This isn't even like a... you know... one of those games. But, oh man. Come on, this is... Yes! Perfect 10 out of 10 waifu. Anyway, of course, I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. Let's go ahead and save here. Feel right at home. I better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food, while Adine decided to take a seat opposite of myself. Do you like it? Yeah, I ordered something I knew I'd actually like this time. I didn't want to make the same mistake I did earlier today. You have something similar where you come from. We do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home. Really? Maybe we all just share a similar taste. Well, we do like meat. Maybe. Maybe there's more to it than that. Maybe I don't care. Maybe there's more to it than that. What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I know what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That is true. Let me ask you this. Where do you think the Puerto Rican came from? Who built it? Humans did it, of course. Exactly. If you believe humans had something to do with an artifact created who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think that they could also have influenced you in other ways. Damn, son. This is like... Jesus, close, dude. Jesus Christ. Even something as simple as this dish? I like that idea. So, what do you do when you aren't working in a restaurant? Do you have a family? Well, most of the time I take care of my kid. God damn it, cockblocked. Fuck. Bug. F-U-G-G. That's it, we're loading a save. Oh my god. Oh, nice. How many children do you have? They aren't really my children per se. I just take care of them. Oh! And we're back in, boys. You are more of a foster parent then. Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. I just volunteered to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and teacher all in one. And boom! Okay, back in a dating pool. Back to 10 out of 10 waifu. Wow, that really got turned around. Can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much to be a single parent. The amount of time I spent at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off, so I just help out whenever I can. That's very nice of you. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life, so I just thought if I could make back even a small difference for them, it would be worth it. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Sure, go ahead. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there's anyone here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Nothing special. Avoid the question by making a bad pun. Oh boy. Hey, Logic. Hey, Logic. Is this you? Hey, Logic. Look. Look. It's you. This is the choice you make. Every day of your life. Yeah, nothing special. Nothing special, really. I mean, I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. The work I did previously was just to keep afloat. I know what you mean. I suppose it's my turn again, so tell me about your hobbies. The one I enjoy most is probably flying. Just flying? Well, it's not just flying. I do aerobatics. I know what aerobatics are. Or stunt flying. I've been doing that off and on for a couple years now. Is that why you've got the goggles? You must be the most overqualified delivery flyer in history, then. Actually, that might not be so far from the truth. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. Awesome, where can I watch that? I suppose that depends on whether you will still be here when it takes place as part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it is my turn again, well... This might be an unusual question, so... When they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kinda expected something a little different. Someone taller. Well, what did you expect? Not sure exactly, but they do say it was humans that made us who we are today. They don't seem so different from us, so different from us, though. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? Dragons are noble creatures. They are often cited as a symbol of power and strength, but also one of wisdom, possessing an intellect that has no equal. They are noble creatures, and their depictions enjoy an almost universal appeal. I could get used to that, though it'd be even nicer if it were all true. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a good idea to generalize like that, even if it's good things you're saying about this. We're all different, you know, and not all of us are nice. I see. But then, we have said many good things about your kind too. Well, no matter what you think about humans, I can assure you that I am no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? Very intellectual discussion here. I am enjoying it. You know, this is kind of a... This is the kind of talk. It's very... It's you know, not to... No pun intended or anything, but it's very human. And... But it's not, like, dumb. This is clearly not, you know, high schoolers talking. This is clearly, you know, adults who are interested in learning about each other, I think. But... I think that this is very well written. I think it's... And it's not dumb writing. I mean, not only just because of how the you know, strength, the loquaciousness, I suppose, of the writing, but also because, you know, it has more thought, I think, put into it, where, or at least with Adine so far, I feel like it's more about ideas than it is straight, you know, advancing the plot and exposition and the sort of stuff. There is a lot of that, because there has to be, but I think it's good. Anyway, basically, I think this is a good writing, and I like it. I like this game. This is good. Anyway, Adine, you say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us right now is quite special to me and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What were you thinking when you first heard about us? I thought it was awesome, honestly. I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all, so don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. And it's not just the discovery of your dragons, we found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have there. Draconic Desire, Exoman's Spear, are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty. How did you like it? Okay, this is the moment of truth, alright? I'll reload a save. I loved it. I see. Oh, you've got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that. Oh, god damn it, she's a bookworm. Quick, no. keep going. Sure, go ahead. Okay. It was entertainment, but nothing special. Okay, good. Nothing special is a good way to describe the entire series, actually. Oh, you've got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that one. You think so? Why is that? It's not just an interesting story, it's based on true events. The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. I'll check it out when I have the time. Let me know when you do. I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Alright, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Robert back home waiting for you? Nope, can't say there is. Am I officially male or female? Just asking. Because that changes the story a bit. Okay. What a potential Mr. and Mrs. Robert then. Are you looking to date anyone? Maybe. Maybe. Come on, tell me. It's you, Adine! Oh, it's a shame you can't be with him now then. Oh, you're talking about someone you met here. Oh no. Oh my. Would it happen to be someone I know? Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Yes. Yeah. No. I just want to see what she says if I say yes. I'm sorry. Would it happen to be someone I know? Yes. Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Are we still even playing this game? We are now. Adine. Adine, I love you. Oh my god, is he still chasing after us? We drove 10 miles. Well, you started it. That's true, you seem to be enjoying it though. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? Oh boy, it's this already, huh? What's that? Yes! Yes, I approve of this direction. I'm obviously over-exaggerating, but this is hilarious and awesome. I love it. Okay. We continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I don't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. It could be something that would make you uncomfortable, something you'd like to see me do. Anything. Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask for someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So who's first? You asked the last few questions, so it's only fair if I start. A lot of saves here. If only I could quick save in real life. Alright. Those are some fucking heavy questions to start off with, huh? Alright. First body's most ticklish. Probably made my sides. Did you answer the question, boys? Good to know. You wouldn't misuse that knowledge, would you? Adine, I can make no promises. Of course not. Oh my god, I love it. 10 out of 10, great game. Thanks for watching, guys. Since it is my turn now, what is your greatest wish? Oh, memes? Oh, memes. More than anything, I'd want there to be peace on Earth. That is an honorable wish, Robert. Okay, my turn. Are you scared of dying? No, absolutely not. Shit. Why not? Well, do you have some ideas of what will happen afterwards? But even if what I think isn't true, I'm not afraid of the unknown. That's an interesting way to answer, Adine. Some sort of twisted way. I'm actually kind of curious to find out what it'll be like when it's all over. Adine, is... Fuck, are you kidding me, dude? You know, if you're so eager to find out, I could help you with that? Seriously? 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 To be honest, I feel the same way. I see. If you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Last goodbyes and hope for the best. Enjoy life to the fullest to the last moment. Going out with a bang, huh? Oh, guys. Alright, I'm gonna let chat dictate this one. Isaac's Visions, you are my premier expert on dragons, and probably the greatest, most charismatic person I know. So, I'm going to let you dictate my next question. You would know the best. Oh boy. Oh, hi, Grim. I'd ask the first question, but... Alright. Let's see. And before she doesn't know what a kiss is. Oh my god, this game is like... I hate that I like this game so much, because it's kind of furry bait, honestly, but whatever. It's still a really good game. Furries can make good games. And games can be furry games without being made by actual furries. And Athena is fucking adorable. Okay. Alright, if I asked you to kiss me, would you do it? Is that your question, or is that already a dare? A question. I just couldn't think of anything better. Well, then my answer would be no. I don't kiss just anyone, you know. God damn it! This close, guys. Or if it was a dare, my answer might be different. When she says her answer might be different if it was a dare, push the button, that one beam. Who's the one you fancy the most? I think I'll take a dare for this one. Oh, finally. What am I going to have you do? Just, let's see. Whatever you like. Let's see. No, I honestly have no idea. Take your time. Alright, let me think for a minute. Oh, looks like it's getting late. Wait, what time is it? Whoops. No! 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 Can't do this shit to me. What's your biggest regret? That's a very difficult question, you know. Of course I'd love to visit, maybe as some sort of vacation, but if you're talking about permanently, I'm not sure if I could just pack up and leave everything behind just like that. Okay, nope, we're going with the kiss question. Yeah, that definitely, I think... Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, if you want to invite me over again, why don't I give you my personal number? Oh. Boy. Maybe you could just skip the part where you order food to make me come by. But I like the food. Me, IRL. Oh man. Isaac, you know this way too well, don't you? But I like the food. Hey, why don't you come hang out with us? Will you make me food? But I like the food. Ah, wonderful. Oh, this game is amazing. Well, maybe I'll get your number instead. Since you ordered from us, I already have it anyway. I'm not sure what to say to that. Take it as a compliment. Oof, Adine! Oof! Girl! Bye! Oh, we are locking in those choices. She was gone as quickly as she had appeared, but given her enthusiasm, I doubted that was the last time I would hear from her. Hey, Venko! Welcome to Dragon Dating! I'm just kidding. Fuck, there's no Adine option? Or okay, anyway. This is Angels with Scaly Wings. It's a visual novel about dragons, and we are heavily going down a waifu route, I believe. And I'm very much enjoying it. But now we don't have a choice to go with her anymore. Anyway, We're very beginning, basically. We're an hour and 40 minutes almost in, so. Remy was scientist guy. Bryce, probably busy. Lorem, annoying. Anna, I mean, we're both biologists. I would say Remy probably first, just to see. I mean, he has quantum entanglement. I wanna see what that's about. Although Anna's also a wound. You know, play your cards right. Harem ending. Just saying. So let's go with Remy. Alright, please observe silent, subtle times. Told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe you should look for him. He can't be too far after all. It was quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases and multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immaculate order permeating the chamber. It was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in for an afternoon or two, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around in wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! Uh-oh. They'd all the waifu dragons? I concur. But it came from the more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here? Of course I am still here. I have business to attend to. Certainly. I just assumed that you'd be done by now, Amira. Guess your assumption was wrong, then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Amira. I heard more movement, though I could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself and decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello, Robert. I didn't expect you so soon. Not like I had anything better to do. Better be safe than sorry. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Who was that back there? I guess you heard that, didn't you? That was my superior. She's the Minister of Culture and Arts, which means I'm technically in her employment. Though generally speaking, I work for the Council at large, not just her. So, this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books. I'm a scholar and study them, too. For example, if the Council requests knowledge on certain topics like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it is part of my job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. That sounds like the kind of thing I'd like to do. Guess you came to the right place, then. Oh, I like him. He's got big pearly whites. It's friendly. Oh boy, he's definitely second choice. He's definitely husbando, like, up there. Anyways, was there a particular reason why you wanted to meet me? Oh! Jesus Christ, I can be a freaking flirt, can't I? I'm going in, boys. Don't say that. Slam dunk, boys. We're in. We're in. We made it. Made it. That's a screenshot. By the way, now that you're here, we're doing it. This is awesome. Holy hell! You could help me with. Now that you're here, you could help me with something. I've got some books that need to be sorted over there. All right, how do I fit them in? Alphabetically. Oh no, the arrangement you see in this library is based on the sophisticated system that sorts everything in a very intuitive manner based on a number of criteria: genre, author, complexity, and age. Dewey Decimal? So you can probably tell we have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them by alphabet would be far from suff and efficient. That does sound very intuitive. It is. God, he's just so proud of his work. He's perfect. Basically, these 8 books you see were all part of a section that was moved, so they have to be sorted into their new area. The problem is their labels are so old that they started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They will get new labels soon, but until then we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hazik Akil. Akil? As writer on the subject of history and a very prolific one, I might add. You will find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it is just a matter of placing them in the right order from oldest to newest. I've written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Gotta do it right. Hints. Third War is proceeded. Oh man, this is a great game. Holy shit, it's got puzzles. There. Okay, so Third War is directly preceded by the spark. Okay, so great. The First War is directly preceded by the Inception. The invention is not the third, seventh, or last book. So invention. It's not the third, seventh, or last. The second war is the fourth book. Fourth book, okay. There's only one book before the first war. Only has one book. Book before it. Before it. So that's Inception. The Enlightenment comes at some point after the Third War. Enlightenment. Okay. The first book is... So, the first book has to be Inception, since there's only one book before the First War. So Inception, and then First War. Easy. The invention is not the third book. So, okay, and the second war is the fourth. So it can't be in, okay. Okay, so the second war, so the spark comes after third, okay, and second war. So it's gotta be the tribe, right? Because the invention can't be it. And the second war is the fourth book. The Enlightenment comes after the third war. And the spark comes right before the third war. We haven't the second war yet. So, tribe. Inception, first war, the tribe. Fourth book is the second war. Easy. Okay. Okay, so Third war is directly preceded by the spark. The second war. Okay. The fifth book, fifth, sixth, seventh. So why don't we do the spark, then the third war. Enlightenment, the invention? I think that's it. Oh, you're done? Let's take a look then. Or disappoint me, but there seems only 4 books on the right place. Let me try again. Yeah. Alright, I'll come back in a bit. Alright. Yeah. There's only 1 book before First War. Ah, no! Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So let's save here, so we can easily load. Let's go, okay, tribe, then first war. So invention can't be the third, so... Kind of be... Wait, I fucked up, didn't I? Oh man, I already fucked up. Fuck. Okay. This is an interesting puzzle. I'm really bad at these, just FYI. So that's why. Okay, so Inception. And yeah, just to make sure. Inception is... Invention is not the third, seventh, or last book. Oh yeah, the invention isn't the last book. Okay. Inception, the second book, and the first war, okay, and I don't know, the tribe probably? And the second war. Fifth book. Ah. 6 books, the Invention, the Third War, and then the Enlightenment. I think that's it. 6 books in the right place. Okay. Shit. Let me try again. Try to come back in a bit. Yeah, okay. So, Third War is directly preceded by the Spark. So, okay. Inception? If you guys have any idea, I'm taking all that. Tribe. And then 4th book is always the Second War. Okay, easy. I did this exact same thing, didn't I? Okay, great. I knew it. Alright. I got it. So let's just do it the first time so he's like super impressed and we're like really good. Okay. Inception. The First War. Tribe. Second War. Invention. Spark. Third War. Enlightenment. Yeah, got it all right. God, I'm so fucking good at video games. Alright. Bro, Remy's broken to the correct order, and I'm a librarian now. Thanks for the achievement. Phew, that was hard work. That wasn't too hard. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great, see you in a bit, then. Phew, that is heavier than I thought. I carried the box and carried it towards the shelf, but just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ouch. I scampered to the ground the various objects that the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing a look of disapproval. He stooped over me and helped me pick up the spilled objects. Yeah, I'm fine. Finally, me asking about the priceless artifacts you just dropped. God damn it, Robert. So sorry. Well, it doesn't look like anything is broken. That could have ended up much worse. What is all this stuff anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. And what did you learn? Not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend, yet one we apparently share some history with. Sure, Dragon, tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization, living in caves and whatnot. We fought other creatures and amongst ourselves for resources and territory. One day, however, the human arrived to perform many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. What happened to them, and who were they anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our numbers were dwindling from our pointless conflicts. Oh, sounds like Jesus, huh? And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. What do you make of this story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for sudden, unprecedented technological advance in our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. I certainly think you already have a theory. Indeed, I take it you are familiar with the way the portals through which you traveled here actually work. Not very. It's simple, really. They are spontaneous worm... Yeah, this is simple. Yeah, Crystal Dragon Jesus. There are spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, but their highly unstable nature means that they instantly collapse in on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely sterilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We're actually just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. That's pretty cool. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of these natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them into our world. We can thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or just the right one, if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, what I would give to know more about them. How do you know so much about the portal anyway? We found out a while ago, so we've had time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I followed its developments with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't want to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far, the only thing it has done for us was locating your portal and connecting us to it. From the interface, it appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We were not even sure what it was capable of when we initially turned it on. Only after some time of being active did it actually find your portal, and only then were we able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters with us. Oh, you have no idea, especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be a human, of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. You mentioned that before. How does that work? Do you have some sort of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It is more of an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself among them if it wasn't for the fact that I consider myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those that believe that there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you, similar to what was described to humans in the past. Well, I can tell you there's nothing supernatural about me. That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to see everything your PDAs have to offer. I could show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do while you are here. It is just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well. Enough to explain how they work, at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I just thought I'd be the kind of person who'd meet all of the requirements, and it turned out I was. Darling, bro. So you're saying... what you're saying is... You got sucked into a wormhole and transported into a world full of dragons, and the first thing you do is try and date every single one of them? You're saying that to me? Is that what you're saying to me? Yeah, I think. Yeah. That's... Oh! And Logic Cosmos triggered right now. Yeah. Technically what happened was we found a portal out in the wilderness. I guess no one noticed it before. And turned it on, and then we found this dragon world, and we were exchanging information for some extra tech from them. Apparently they have very advanced energy generation tech. So we changed some of our history for their technology. And that's what I was doing. And what happened was, one of the very first human got super paranoid, shot a guy, or a dragon, I guess, and has run off. Now I'm staying here because I want to help, I guess, and also because... Adorable. This is definitely a fluffy dragon, though. I don't think, like, considering his ear, probably a very fluff dragon instead of like a scaly dragon. Anyway. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known that there would be considerable risks in coming here. You volunteered as well when you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. That is true, but by this point my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially, they wanted to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end, they changed their minds due to security concerns, as I told you back then. I suppose that's also why I'm being escorted by the police all the time. Yeah, that was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected and advocated for more security. Better to be safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick. How'd you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Oh, he's a big softy. Those are words that I'll never hear in my life, so I'm taking a screenshot of that. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or the foolish wouldn't be. I consider myself neither. I think you were pretty brave. No, it was just scientific curiosity. Wow, wait a... You know what they say about curiosity in cats? I'm afraid I don't. There was a moment of silence between us, and our eyes met briefly, and suddenly a loud call echoed through the building. Remy! Better go see what that is about. It would be better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway, you can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright. Ooh, very clinical. Ooh. Alright, Remy. Just invite me into your office with your bed on it, huh? Office, huh? Really? Your bed's here. Well, Remy. Well then. So this is your office, Remy. Drink his coffee, look in the mirror, look at his computer. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover alone that this is not the cheap stuff, but the result of quality bookmaking. Alright, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting is terrible. A-M-E... Nope, can't make it out. Look in the mirror. Just a mirror, nothing special about it. Look at his computer. One of their computers is similar to ours, let's see. There's a button that screams to life, accompanied by the word of the machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appeared on the screen. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Oh my god, he has a fucking video game. Oh, I'm so ready. Ayala, have you come here to beg for mercy? No, Ayala, we've come to stop you. Your reign of terror over the land of Marmoa is over. You're outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. The area is teeming with my soldiers, outnumbering you thousands to one. But I don't even need them. Who knows, if you survive long enough, you might just see why I'm called Ayala the Ascended. Oh, you pompous! Censored. Calm down, Edith. Focus. I'm sorry it has come to this, Ayala, but this ends now. Ronan, get them! Grr. Battle starts. Edith uses Whirlwind. We're playing Final Fantasy. Ronan takes 326 damage. Bonar uses Earthquake. I love it. Ronan takes 465 damage. Ronan, grr. Ronan invokes Cosmic Horror. I love it. I want this game. Bonar takes 1089 damage. 1089. 1250 tailify. Oh. HL3 initiation failed. What the? Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh no, let me take a look. Why did you even touch the computer? It's fine, it's just a computer. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game! What's wrong? You touched the computer, you saw a game running, yeah? Yeah, I played a little. And it saved specifically at the moment to play it later, and now it's all gone. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation, so many hours spent grinding just to get there. I can't do all of that again. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Let me save scum. Save scum. Let's actually see. Where I would have been as well if I didn't already. Look at this notebook. Yeah. Look at the mirror. How much there's trash? Let's see, what do we have here? Uh-oh. Something wrapped in paper. It's a partially eaten sandwich covered in mold. I'm not gonna eat that. Oh. There are a lot of used tissues. Maybe he had the flu, but dutiful as he is, he still went to work sick. Poor Remy. Let's wait for a bit. Nothing happened. Let's wait some more. Nothing happened. Let's wait even longer. Alright, this was long enough. Your boredom has increased by 3 points. Patient. Drink his coffee. Oh no. It's gonna make it. There's still a little bit left in the cup. Why am I doing this? Ugh, so stale. Okay. So you have to do that to advance. Dang. You wouldn't understand. Actually, I do. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I come from. I see. At least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what's with the bed? It looks like you live here. Oh, I wasn't the only one who noticed that. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips and can still use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrist wherever we went. Is that so? Is that so? Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything in particular, now is the time. Oh! Guys. What do you mean by that? You know, for a relationship. That is... If you're going to ask me like that, my answer is going to be no. Anyways, thank you for your help. If there's any way I can just let me know. How... Charisma. How about you invite me to dinner sometime? That's fine with me. You got my number, so call me about it when you have the time. Okay, hold on. I gotta be less autistic. Okay, let's see what that happens. That's not very appropriate. Have a nice evening. Wonderful. Me too, thanks. Oh, he just leaves! Aw, Remy! That's fine with me. You've got my number, so call me about it when you have the time. I will. Have a nice evening. You too. We parted amicably, or so I thought. When I see him again, I wasn't sure, but I kept this number just in case. If only I had a quick save button for life. Hope. Chapter 2. Oh, great. Chapter 2. Awesome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Well, that, I think, is a good place to stop for now. Another day, another morning is a great place to stop. Alright, so make a save here. Wow! Awesome! Okay, so let's go to the main menu. Yay! Cool. Save account. Oh, we don't have anything unlocked? Okay. Alright, so that was Angels with Scaly Wings, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Really appreciate that. Hoping to start streaming again. I've got school the next month, and then after that I've got more classes starting, so I'll be trying my hardest to stream more. I'm going to be pretty busy though, and I will also be taking a trip sometime in the near future up to Seattle, so that'll be fun. So yeah, that was Angel Scaly Wings. That was a 2-hour stream. Pretty good. Definitely a lot more romantic options than I thought there would be. I thought this would be a very no-nonsense sort of game, but it looks like you can play as a freaking lovelorn, hopeless romantic guy, or girl, I guess. That's pretty hilarious. I love it. Oh man. This game has great writing, I think, and a lot of fun to play. So, check it out. Maybe you'll like it. Anyway, we're going to be continuing playing this game because I just like it so much. And I'll go ahead with my outro. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. As always, you know where to find me. The Discord is probably the easiest way to do that. Steam and Twitter are also pretty easy. I announce every time I stream through there. The stream's going to be updated through the Steam group, though. So if you want to see when I'll be streaming, which should be updated tonight, that'll be where it's at. Other than that, follow me on any of those pages. It's all down there below. YouTube's got my stream uploads if you ever want to watch that. Watch me be super autistic and other games. It'll be fun. So, that was Angels with Scaly Wings. I'm Robert, aka Uda Uda. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a good night. And don't forget, to get the dragon, all you gotta do is just ask if they're available. Wow. Anyway, good night, guys.